Whoa! Super Rugby Semi Final Blues and Crusaders. How's it going, people? We are only about 3 minutes away from kickoff. My Blues. Can they do it again? They pulled it out of the fire last week, last minute against the Chiefs. Down in Christchurch to break their 30-game home run would be... that'd be something else. But anyway, how is everybody doing? They are just going through the lineups presently. I am just gonna adjust this before the game starts. Boom, 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 boom. That's too far, Mark. Up a little bit, up a little bit. About there. That looks about right. Okay, Jimmy says, please, please, please get it done, Blues, and stop the suffering. You and me, Jimmy, we're on the same page. I really, 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 really want the Blues to get it done. Will says he's so pumped for this game. I mean, Blues Crusaders, it's been a lopsided one for a number of years, but it's still good, isn't it? Blues Crusaders is always good. It's actually not that cold here at the moment, says the reviewer. Okay, it looks way better than last week in terms of the weather. Christchurch looked pretty stink last week. It looks a lot better. Finlay Christie makes me nervous at 9. From a Blues point of view or from a Crusaders point of view? I assume you mean from a Blues point of view. Will's just cracked his first beer of the night. I have got only water next to me because me and the father-in-law have just been smashing back the Chinese booze. I might grab something in the second half, but right now I need to detox for a little bit. Yep. Flesh and Man, how is it going? Happy Friday. Super Rugby Semi Finals are here. There's one today and there is one tomorrow. Baijiu, says Jimmy. Yes, we were smashing the Baijiu. So, yeah, that's like it's not the strongest Baijiu, but it was still like 48% or something, which in Baijiu terms is kind of mild, but yeah, it wasn't that long ago. Jules, evening, or go the Blues from a purely selfish Oz perspective. We'll take that, Jules. If Crusaders win, they are hosting next week's final. If the Blues win somehow, it can either go to Hamilton or it can go to Canberra next week. Where in New Zealand can you get it? I've been looking for it for ages to find it. Jimmy, there's several shops up here in Auckland which sell it. Liquor Legends is the one I usually get it from, but the father-in-law brought it with him in his suitcase this time. So he didn't buy it here, but you can buy it. I've bought it here a few times. Frankie decided not to go to the game. Weather has been absolutely miserable up until about 5 p.m. today. Oh, well, good to see you, Frankie. I wasn't expecting to see you in the stream, so good to see you here, mate. We're kind of rooting for different teams, though, tonight. Good that the weather's come right just at the right time. Murray says, so much great sport this weekend. I only know about the rugby that's going on. Is there other sports going on as well? You might have to fill me in. At least talking about the Stanley Cup, because I watched a bit of the Stanley Cup earlier today. That was madness. Insane. Howdy, how's it going? Speaking of that neck of the woods. Mr. All-In says, give him hell, boys. I don't know which side you're talking about, but fingers crossed you're talking about the Blues. Illumi Man, how's it going? Kahu, how's it going? Where's the crowd? Is this Canberra? There does seem to be a few empty seats there, eh? I thought it'd be packed out, Blues Crusaders, but like Frankie said, apparently it's been miserable all day. But yeah, Blues Crusaders at a semi-final would usually be a massive draw. Test Championship final cricket is also on. Okay. I didn't know about that. US Open. Okay. Cricket's Test final, US Open, this, the URC final, etc. Yeah, the Premiership final as well. The sponsor spots for your podcast with Tony. That's just a Beersy's sponsor, eh? Yeah, Jimmy, the sponsors for the podcast generally just send us beer money. That tends to be how that works, but we've had some pretty random ones do the sponsoring. Have the Crusaders sacrificed the ram yet? That one just flew over my head. I don't know what that means, but I'm not the smartest guy. Despite the fact that I wear glasses, I look smarter than I am. Hey Mark, Canes fan from kinda ambivalent about this result, but looking forward to a great game. Mr. Stu, get behind the Blues, man. North Island connection. Surely. You surely can't want the Crusaders to win it again. Come on. They've had enough. Sale tonight. Oh, good stuff. What's happening in the Stanley Cup? Flashing. Oh my goodness. The Oilers and the Panthers. The Oilers went up game 1, 1-0 in overtime. And then game 2, the Panthers got it done in overtime. So 2 overtime games to start the series. Then the Panthers won the third one 6-1. Looking in a very commanding position. Game 4, which was today, they had a 3-0 lead in the first period. And then Edmonton brought it back to 3-all, which is nuts. And then Edmonton were in the lead in the last period with 19 seconds to go. Florida pulled the goalie and equalized, so it went to overtime, and then the Oilers won it in overtime. It was friggin' insane. 5 seconds into this game, we've got kick-off, Blues and Crusaders. I'll stop talking about ice hockey. For anyone looking to link up, 15 seconds now on the clock. Can the Blues do the miraculous and break the Crusaders' home record in knockout matches in Super Rugby? Pretty unlikely. Frankie wants to get on some sponsorships. Mate, just send me an email. 2centsrugby@outlook.com. It's always in the description of every one of my videos, the email address. So just flick me an email. Definitely get in on that action. We don't have a sponsor for this week, so just saying, if the Crusaders get up here, maybe you want to sponsor a Crusaders winning episode. And yes, the referee is Dolman. Liz says, husband and son watching you because they're too cheap to pay for Sky and like to watch you wince. Go the Crusaders. Yeah, fair enough. Sky is pretty expensive. We're 1 minute and 15 seconds in, Liz, and there's still no score. Barrett's just taken a nice high ball and then got absolutely clobbered for his efforts. Zahn Sullivan playing 15. I guess the Blues are looking at long range. That's what I was thinking when I saw that selection too, mate. Because Zahn's not had much rugby this year. Milo, man, how's it going? 45 seconds delay, he reckons. Christie with a box kick. It's a bit scrappy. We might be going to have a first scrum here. No, Dolman just plays the knock-on advantage. So Bodie puts in a cross kick to Caleb Clark. Oh, he's managed to gather it. Come on, Blues with the first real attacking chance of the game. But the Crusaders have just counteract their way over it. So, chance gone. Chance gone. Elliot says, way too cheap, but this is more fun. Depends on how the night goes. There you go. That can work. Milo is a nervous Crusaders fan. What have you got to be nervous about? Come on. You're at home against the bottom qualifying side. Surely it's all about the Crusaders. Alaran, mate, how's it going? Will is about 5 seconds ahead of the live. Yeah, we all end up viewing the game at slightly different moments, but I am at 2 minutes and 55 seconds as I say this. For some reason, the clock up on Rugby Pass hasn't started updating yet. It should stay in 0-0. The game has started. Didn't know today's score. Let's go Oilers flashing. Yeah, man. I hope they can win it because Florida won it last year. But still all to play for. Oh, the Blues are just chucking it to nobody. Sullivan's under all kinds of pressure. Enor grabbed him. But the Blues have just retained the ball, and we've even won ourselves a penalty. So the Blues will get a free exit out of this one after a bit of early pressure. Oh, Rugby Pass. I had that all set up properly. Why did you have to move? Let's adjust that while there's a break in the play. Scroll down, scroll down. Why isn't it? Oh, well. Yeah, the Rugby Pass's website. Oh, now it has. When I refreshed it there, it's updated. I need to be watching the game, not faffing about with this nonsense. There we go. Look at that. We got a score. Severis has just hacked the ball downfield. Bodie clears. We're about the halfway line for a line out. That's been a tentative start. Bit of an arm wrestle. Still 0-0, so the Blues are up. We'll take that. Jimmy's not enjoying the 1 to 3 rucks and then high ball. That's basically what it's been so far. It's been conservative-ish footy. How many Aucklanders are in the Crusaders, Illumi? I haven't actually done the numbers on the current guys. Oh, the Crusaders are really flooding these breakdowns after these kicks, but the Blues have been getting some quick ball out of there, which is not that like Finlay Christie, but we'll take it. "5:14 p.m. and my bloody neighbour decides to mow his lawn." Will, I feel that when I'm sometimes getting ready to record a video. I stand here in front of my whiteboard, just getting ready to push record, and then... Yeah. Not ideal. More of Jimmy's 3 phases and a high ball. Reese gathers it. Talia grabs him, pushes him towards the touchline. Yeah, it's all very conservative so far, folks. But I think the Crusaders are winning the kicking battle just so slightly. What the flip was Clark doing there? He just flubbed his lines there. It almost looked like he knocked it on purpose. Jonathan Stellenbosch, how's it going, man? Right, how many phases will the Crusaders go now that they're in the Blues half? They're getting some offloading going, but Hotham's one is a bit of a stinker, and that's ruined the opportunity. Okay. We're like 7 minutes in, and if you ask me what's been happening in this game, it's, yeah, a few phases, a few high balls, a few half chances, but nothing really concrete just yet. Yeah, I don't know how that happened either, Frankie. Clark, was trying to catch a high ball, and it blasted forward off him as he was trying to catch it. It was bizarre. Yeah, I'll give you a yell when I'm at 8 minutes, okay? For anyone who wants to line up on the clock. There's still 20 odd seconds to go before I hit that mark, but I'll let you know. Blues need to release. Kind of slowed down ball, which is good for the Blues. We're at 7:50. 7:55 on the clock, and we're at 8 minutes right about now. 8 minutes. Turnover ball. The Blues have just hacked it through. Oh! That's carried back. That'll be a 5-meter scrum to the Blues. Oh, AJ Lamb's dyed his hair too. Josh is 10 seconds ahead in Australia. There we go. Yeah, Reese knocked it back over his own try line, but then had the presence of mind to touch it down, so at least it is only a 5-meter scrum. Blues didn't have a chance to score from it. All goodwill. Got to get the times lined up. Milo says, can we get to 50 likes? We have 76 people watching. If you can, chuck us a like while I process this Chinese booze that I had with dinner. That'd be helpful. We like it when Reese fumbles the ball, says Cobus. Yeah, me too. Me too. No Tamaiti for the Crusaders, LR. Nah, man, he's injured. Oh, man, scrappy, but bloody Satutu managed to one-handed flick that ball from the back of that scrum from the ground. Quite an incredible bit of recovery. Slow ball, though, but at least the Blues have still got it with 6 meters out. It's like 4 phases. Christie. Rico's going nowhere. Going back the other way. Come on, Blues. Oh, Will. Up the Blues, baby. Cheers, man. Sorry, this is just water. I'll grab some booze for the second half. Oh, Talia, did you force that? Tell me you scored that. I just saw the ball bobble after Talia went over in the corner. I just want to see him ground it before I get too excited. But, oh, man, that's comes back to a little bit of Hoskins magic from the back of that scrum. That was scrappy. Quick hands. Bodie with the final pop ball. Look at that. Sullivan cuts out AJ Lamb. Oh, yep, that's all good. I just wanted to see before I get all jumping up and down. Awesome. All right, well, we can take that for a start. I'm just going to write a brief note, folks. Oh, what a kick, Bodie. I want to see the replay of the Hoskins one-handed sweep from the ground, though. They haven't gone back and showed that. Even Marshy is having to give the Blues a bit of credit there. I don't mind Marshy, actually. Sorry, this is a long note. 0 points to 7. Oh, Will. Try time, baby. I thought you'd chuck that previous one after seeing the try. But it was just before you saw the try. Good man. Thank you, pal. Appreciate that. Oh, we got a TMO call as well. Illumi's saying off, and I haven't even seen it, but looks like Satutu's got a bit of a shiner. And I just saw Enol go fluck. Ooh, it's head on head. That's going to be at least yellow. It won't be more than the yellow. They'll say he was kind of passive in the tackle. couple of years ago, that might have been a red, but it's not going to be red now. There was a while when they were policing that real hard, but not at the moment. In or head v head. What can the Blues do in a yellow card? They've been doing it all day, Ref. Exactly, Jimmy. Do you play Super Rugby Fantasy? I was, Josh, but there doesn't seem to be anything to do in the playoffs. It's just a regular season thing. It was not bad, but I do think it had a few areas for improvement. Yeah, Enel's headed to the sideline. No HIA, though, for Satutu. He seems to be all right. Penny's looking like the coach of 2024, reckons Ellerana. Still early days. Still early days. I think Satutu is still on the field, Jimmy, unless I missed something. I don't think he's gone off. Clark doesn't want to kick that, so the Blues are going to spread it on their own goal line. Give it to the big boot of Zahn. Left foot. Still Crusaders ball inside the Blues half. Frankie, it's a good question. Like, there's a lot of times you see guys go head on head, get smashed in the face, and they don't go off for an HIA. And it seems illogical that they don't. But no, I don't think Hoskins has gone off unless I'm missing something. No, there he is. He's competing at the line-out. Razik's in Kuwait. How's it going in Kuwait, man? Blues have not started this yellow period well. We've been pinned back in our own territory, and now we've just given away an offside penalty. McFonnell. Nice and sleazy. I was just listening to some Stranglers yesterday, mate. Yeah, how things going, bro? My Blues are up 7-0. So far, so good. Razik says it's all good. Pleased to hear it, man. Teasy says, let's go Blues. We've got a few Blues fans in here. For now. Because we're up. I get the feeling Crusaders are keeping their powder dry for once they start to get something going. But they've lost their line out. Bit of a chance missed during the yellow. Maybe opt for a shot at 3 next time you get a penalty during the yellow card period. Maybe. This is a good start from the Blues. Agora. Couldn't have asked for too much more in the first quarter of an hour. 7-0 and a yellow card up. Oh, look at you, Caleb Clark. Manages to hang on. In making the tackle that was. CJ's in Paris. Don't think your SkyGo app's going to work here. Check the VPN on, maybe? I feel like the Blues have a clear game plan. We've just turned the ball over. But the Blues do seem to be keen to clear their lines through Sullivan and Bodie so far. They don't want to play any rugby in their own half, really. They were always looking to kick. Blues need to keep competing at every Crusader line. I need to keep that up. I don't know why more sides don't do that, eh? Especially when you see some teams like have really poor line-out numbers. And yet sometimes they don't bother sending a man up. It just seems bizarre not to try and put extra pressure on. Phoenix says, don't forget the like button. Do it for Gaza. Cheers, Phoenix. Gaza is going to be on at halftime with a halftime match report. So, yeah. Chuck us a like. How many are we up to? We've got 108 people watching. Are we even close to 50 likes just yet? That'd be nice. We're going to reset a scrum. GTR is just tuning in. Who am I back in tomorrow? I did a preview video for that game today, and the bookies have got it by like 12 points to Leinster, but that seems like too much. It seems like too much. Both sides are without their talismanic number 8s in like Hanacom and Doris, but oh man, if that Bulls scrum can do the business, I think it'll be an arm wrestle. I think it'll be real tight. Within a score, anyway. Ooh, here we go. Go, Caleb. Big carry into Will Jordan. Out on the left wing. Spreading it back to the midfield. Papali's having a carry. Tackled by his opposite number. Slow ball from our Christie. Come on. Again, it's miserably slow. We do have the ball in the Crusaders half, though. Zahn's just putting a little dinking kick through for AJ Lamb. He couldn't gather it, but he managed to soccer kick it forward. And we've taken Hotham into touch. We're going to have a 5-metre line out. And a penalty for Hotham not releasing the ball. What do we do here? So far, so good. A stat between Sternvern and Gaza would be worth watching, Douglas. Yeah, they're both bald. That'd make for some interesting viewing. Scrum time. Come on, Blues. Chiefs, Brumbies. I'm picking the Chiefs for that one. Brumbies will give it a good go, though. And yeah, no wood on the yellow. Yellow card will remain a yellow card. Yeah, that was always going to happen. Like I said, 2 or 3 years ago, every head-on-head was getting red carded. Nowadays, they've clearly taken the initiative or process to not give a red card unless it's like the most of egregious calls, which is kind of what I feel like red cards are meant for. But anyway, Teasy's bald as well. Nice one, Teasy. I feel like if you're bald, you don't visibly age as much. Like, you might initially look older because you're bald, especially if you cut it all off. But like, you look at a guy like Sam Jackson, he's been bald forever and he doesn't look like he's aged that much. Oh, Rico! Rico! Oh my God, he's going to be loud on social media if we can keep this up. Rico with the try down at Christchurch. And there's a Blues fan waving the flag. I've got that jersey. This jersey. He's waving this jersey. I've got that jersey. Oh, look at Rico. Look at you. Straight over Hotham. Goodness me. This is a perfect start. All right. I'm going to make a couple of notes. And then I see there's a couple of super chats I'm going to read. Sorry. Things are going uncharacteristically well. Just let me write a note. Rico over. That's 7 points during the yellow card. 14 points overall. Phoenix. Halftime Gazamania. That's right, brother. Yes, cheers, man. Jeez, Will Jordan just almost made it through a gap. Gazza is going to come on at halftime. Frankie, holy sugar, $34.99. That is a fair chunk of New Zealand change. First quarter definitely belongs to our Blues. Some moolah for the halftime trivia beer. There we go. Cheers, man. Appreciate that. Once again, insurance broking must be still treating you well, but cheers, bro. Oh, and then Will with another one. Rico in the funny. He is. Cheers, guys. All three of yous. Much appreciated. Yeah. Knife says things are going really well and has a bit of a laugh. Yeah, I don't know how to feel right now. I don't know if I should feel very positive about the Blues being up 14-0 or a little bit worried that this is going to burn more when the Crusaders start to come back. Anyway, just enjoy it while it lasts, Mark. 14-0. Be an optimist. Be an optimist. Don't be a pessimistic, negative prick. When you keep it steady, no silly buggers, play simple footy. So far, that's what they've been doing. Kick chase, big left boot of Zahn, big right boot of Bodie. Chase those kicks hard. Contest this line out, guys. Crusaders have got a 6-metre line out. No, they set for the maul. They didn't take Frankie's advice from earlier. But the maul goes down. They get advantage. They're going to have a free play, the Crusaders. Taylor's only like 3 metres out. Blackadder. Oh, I thought Rehana was through there, but no, it's such quick ball. Slow that shit down, Blues. They're over. Surely. Oh my God, short. How did that happen? Finally, they've slowed the ball down. That looked like a try for days. There it is. It comes. Well, the 14-point lead was nice while it lasted. Tom Christie. Not a usual try scorer, but he gets it done. Good reply. Rehana with that step. How the hell they stopped Will Jordan? I don't... Oh, it wasn't Will Jordan. Oh, that is Will Jordan there. God, I thought he was over for all money. Stats for Bruce. I totally forgot there are some Super Rugby to watch from South Africa this morning. Definitely watch it, man. The Blues are up, although the Crusaders have just scored. Yeah, Mills was just talking about the Crusaders' ruck speed. It is terrifyingly quick. It's so much quicker than the Blues' ruck ball earlier. Back to 15 on 15 and the Crusaders score. Maybe the Blues should have contested in the air like Frankie mentioned, but oh well. What a kick. Just sneaks inside the post. $7.14. Randy. How's it going, Randy? Can we get 100 likes, folks, for some gift memberships, maybe? If you guys missed out, our man Milo gifted 100 friggin' memberships last week. 50 in each half. But there's always a like requirement. So how many likes are we up to? Can we get to 100 likes? And Randy, yes, as soon as you come, the bloody Crusaders score. Bad timing, but we're still up by 7. We'll take that as opposed to being down by 7. Crusaders have just kicked it out on the full. What does it mean for gifting memberships? You see how some people in the chat, like Milo, is using these little emojis like the yellow card and red card emoji. And he's got a little star next to his name. That's because he's a channel member. Oh no! It's a Blues head-on-head tackle this time. Oh, it's a bit of head-on-head. Fusitua. It's going to be a yellow. It's going to be the same as the last one. He's not as upright, but they're going to say he could be lower for sure. Consistency will have a yellow here too. I agree, Frankie. Always going to be a yellow. The Crusaders crowd loves that one. As well they should. That's a bit of a get out of jail as well, because the Crusaders had just made a mistake kicking out on the full. Bit of a get out of jail. Did you hear Warner Dunes is going to the Hurricanes? Did someone mention that on the stream last week? That's a hell of a signing. I think I saw one of the... I thought I saw one of the Japanese players in the friggin' shopping mall the other day. One of their New Zealand linked guys, but anyway. Blackhead is going off for HIA based on his mouth guard. Those motion detectors they've got in their mouth guards, which can detect the impacts. It's inevitable, but love the Blues for the fight. So far, it's a good fight. So far, it's a good game. This pending loss may scar Mark for a while. See, none of you Crusaders fans were saying much when it was 14-0. But the confidence is coming back now that it's 14-7. I agree. What was I saying when it was 14-0? I felt uncomfortable. I think rightly so. After my 2 a.m. alarm to get up and watch this, I moved from the bed to the TV now. There you go, Hollywood. Do you grab coffee? Do you grab food? Or do you just get up and watch the game? Nice. Crusaders have knocked it on. It's going to eat up a little bit of yellow card time. Stats Rugby reckons the Blues have got the big match mentality, big match temperament. We'll see. That's always been the Crusaders thing. Even when they've not been the top team of the season, come playoff times, they always get it done. This will be a worry. Crusaders are going to milk the scrum for a penalty. Oh, Scotty Barrett is going off after copping that head v head. So the Crusaders have just lost two players. Did they really muck up the mouthguard thing? Do they not know whose mouthguard is whose? Surely you can't be making a mistake like that. Come on. Come on. That's not supposed to be how that goes. Anyway. They got the wrong bloke, but how? I don't get it. They swapped mouthguards, maybe. Jason, as I was walking down Temple Bar this morning, I seen a lot of Bulls fans in Dublin. Ah, that's awesome. I hope it's a cracking crowd. Croke Park's a massive ground. Did Finlay Christie just knock that on? No. Scrum was survived fine. Blues just need a nice exit. Where's the boot of Zan Sullivan, or are they going to box kick? Set another phase. Every phase is a risk. Yeah, box kick time. Unless Blackadder and Barrett are swapping mouth cards, I don't see how they got that wrong. Agree. Unless, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Rehana's kick is contestable. Fihaki's just tapped it back, but the Blues have gathered it. So far, we've had most of the ball in this yellow card period, which I can live with. Sullivan with the big left boot. He's putting in a big up and under. Oh, Caleb Clark, look at you in the air. If you guys like up and unders, this is the game for you. Far out, what's the kicking numbers at? I feel like the kicking count's pretty high thus far. Oh, Barrett's kick only goes as far as bloody Cody Taylor. Where's the kick numbers at? I can't find them. Watch the game, Mark. Zan Sullivan with another big old boot. What a kick into the Crusaders half. Bodie's already had 8 kicks. Zan's had 5, but that stat won't have updated in the last 30 seconds. Finlay Christie's had 3. AJ Lamb's had 2. The Blues are kicking some ball, folks. Wide receivers doing their job tonight. Kiwi teams are elite in the air. Caleb Clark's doing really well. In particular. Still 4.5 minutes left on this yellow card, but at least I've used some of the time. Rehana's kick is an absolute travesty. My gosh. That was awful. That was genuinely awful. Way out on the full. Not even close. How many likes are we on? Yeah, I can't see the likes. Yellow card's going to remain a yellow card. Yeah, remain a yellow card. There we go. Which All Blacks back 3 do you rate has the best complementary game? Oh, man. That's the kind of thing I would love to go get some stats about. But yeah, it's always nice to have like an attacking weapon like Will Jordan, somebody with a big friggin' boot, maybe a bit of tall timber. Like I do like teams which have like a power winger and a more fleet-footed, nimble winger and whatnot. Yeah, there's a few different combinations you could make. Oh, Crusaders have just won a penalty of the breakdown. $87 likes. Goodness me, Billy. That's crazy. Can we get to 100? Can we get to 100, please? Jimmy wanted more of a release. To be honest, last week I thought the Crusaders got away with a little bit of no releasing. The Crusaders were pretty quick over that ball. What time was it? You look tired as hell. I've been drinking with my father-in-law. It might also be the light. It's kind of dark on my face as I sit here. Oh, the Crusaders have lost the fullback back for advantage. If I put on a white screen, I don't know, does that look a bit better? But yeah, I was drinking some friggin' strong Chinese booze with my old man, my father-in-law, before the game. Yeah, it is 7:46, which is not that late at all. Right, I feel like if the Blues can survive one more attacking phase, maybe we get away with this yellow card. Bro, looking good for a Blues supporter. There you go, I'll take that. Contest or set? The Blues set for the maul. Oh no. Oh, that's the scrappiest maul from both sides I've ever seen. I swear the Blues rushed through and didn't quite make the point of contact, but somehow the Crusaders didn't manage to press the advantage. It's just a bunch of bodies on the ground. But they got advantage because the Blues are trapped it in there. Do they have to let it go on a maul? Back for the penalty. Coach said roll away. Put on a light, says Tony. The lights are on. I don't have a light handy. Yeah, I thought so as well, Frankie. I thought they wouldn't have needed to roll away there, but apparently. Another maul for the Crusaders. It's looking ominously close. Use it as the call. Hotham. Havili. Leo Willie goes close. The Crusaders are only like a meter out here. Newell's not exactly a big try-scoring prop, but even he went close. Surely Will Jordan. Yeah. As soon as, like, when you have Fletcher Newell's are 5 meters out, I don't feel too much of a threat, but Will Jordan, and there's a bit of a handbags going on. Will friggin' Jordan. It's about to be 14 points apiece, folks. We may end up going into the sheds with the same kind of margin as we started with, if it's all tied up. But anyway. Why does he have to be moved as part of a maul? This is the question I'm asking. I don't know why Dalton got penalised if it was a maul. But maybe Dolman knows more about the friggin' rules than I do. It's 14 points apiece and there's only 3 minutes to go. It does feel like a proper finals game, Mr. Distracted Sports Tony. Milo was just giving out a shout out to Tony's channel if you guys missed the link. What is the ref on now? Talk to your team, says James. He sounds like a dad. Kids, are we going to do any more of that? No. Very tight game. It is, Bazza. Very, very tight. If you make the final, get Tony for a watch along. Yeah, me and Tony have done a few watch alongs in the past. Gazamania is going to be spewing. Even when he's spewing, I swear Gazamania still gives an average of 12 out of 20. Which is my dad. Someone was asking what do I reckon the Brumbies' chances are. I still think the Brumbies are underdogs. Crusaders have just lost at 4. The Blues will get one more chance. One more chance before halftime. Yeah, it is 14 against 14, Aaron. Rugby Passes, that's their website. It's taking its sweet-ass time to update, apparently. Maybe it's my streaming software. Properties. Getting one in here, Tony, would be... It'd be record-breaking, man. Quite literally record-breaking. Because the Crusaders just don't lose playoff matches at home. Sullivan's not had much luck on the carry, has he? He just got friggin' smashed. Holy hell, Milo's just gifted a bunch of memberships again. Look at it go. The BFG podcast just got a membership. Dan got a membership. Murray got a membership. Jace got one. Stefan Labaskakny got one. Paul Oosthuizen. Look at all these. Look at all these South African names. Todd. That's less South African. Todd Everett. Although Sean Everett's South African. John. Paddy. Look at all these memberships. Well done. Cheers, Milo. Thank you, my friend. As always. And thank you guys for all liking, because Milo doesn't give them unless people do likes on the stream. So, cheers, people. Did they just say, someone said Fussy Tour fails as HIA? Surely it's going to go into the sheds at 14 on 14 in terms of the scoreline, not the players on the field. Oh, the Blues get the offload game going, but the ball ends up in touch. That's going to be halftime. That's a bit of a scrappy end of the half. Neither side could make the most of those chances. Right. 14 on 14. Nisbo's calling it a pulsating semi-final. He's not too far off the truth. 14 on 14 is a proper... That is a proper semi-final. What do you reckon my dad's going to say? Does he lead with the ref? Does he lead with how well the Blues are going? Or does he lead with a bit of hesitancy about how the Crusaders will probably win it in the second? If I know my dad, I reckon he'll go ref. But I've been known to be wrong. Distractor says the crowd still looks like poos for the game. It does, actually. Although, our man Frankie, who's in Christchurch, was saying the weather's been shocking all day, apparently. Aileron and Ducks Quack reckon he's going to go ref. I'd like to see Gazza analyse the hockey refs. That would be interesting. They tend to let stuff go a lot in the playoffs, don't they? Right, here he is. No, my dad hasn't been drinking the Baijiu. It's been my father-in-law that's been drinking the Baijiu. Here we go.
Well, both teams have to watch their discipline here. I know it's tight. The Blues started like a house on fire.
Starts
Both
with the Blues.
They were deserved. Dolman, well, apart from his breakdowns, he's doing a good job. 12 out of 20 for your listeners.
There you go, 12 out of 20.
Yeah, both teams need to watch their discipline, and he's got them on a warning, so we just got to make sure that we don't do anything silly. Am I picking a winner? Well, not at this stage. It's 14-all, and it's probably going to be decided by one or two breaks, and the Blues started like a house on fire, and as we expected, the Crusaders came back.
Mm-hmm.
Any outstanding individuals? Well, not at the stage. We'll just say they're all playing accordingly to how we planned they would.
What about Will Jordan?
Now, both these teams can win the game, and we know that. But because there's so much at stake, there's a few mistakes. There's a bigger crowd than last week, but it should be still a bit bigger, I reckon.
I reckon too, Gazza.
It's not a sellout.
Not even close.
And, we will have to see what happens next and see where it goes.
Oh, he's yawning.
It's not really an outstanding game because of, so much prestige and honour and a lot at stake for both teams. Now, the Blues are going to have to get their shit together if they want to win this game, and I think they can.
Guess is
will they?
dropping swears.
Maybe, possibly, probably, maybe not. We will see.
He's hesitant.
I think 14-all's a fair score on what's happened so far. That's about that. And Rico won his broken Doug Howlett's record, and that's a feat to him.
He's yawning again.
Well, I think the guy we have to watch most on their team is Will Jordan. He seems to be the game breaker. Even though Zahn Sullivan's playing well, he hasn't got quite the experience of Will Jordan. And even though Zahn Sullivan's a good player, you have quite a way to go to catch him.
Different games.
Barrett, he's playing all right. None of the All Blacks on either team or the fringe All Blacks are playing badly. But this game, I reckon, could be decided by 6 or 8 points. And it's 50-50, even though I think the Crusaders would probably think they can still win this.
Probably.
And the Blues have got to get it in their head that they can too.
There you go.
So I hope your listeners are right, listening to Mark's channel, giving him all the support he needs, you subscribers. And I know you love him. And I know you'll be giving him every support. So keep up the good work. That's my plug for him, because he's a good son.
Oh, look at that.
He's a good rugby man, and he's got a lot of rugby knowledge for a guy his age. And he's got one of the best channels on YouTube, even though I'm his father and I might be a bit biased. Who's going to win? Well, 50-50. And Dolman, 12 out of 20, so your listeners are quite clear on me. And I think the breakdown is a bit the only area of criticism of the 4 officials, but then that's normal. And we'll just have to see where this game goes. Gazamania, Roger Mania out. Bye.
Goodness me, my dad's saying all kinds of sweet things, wasn't he? All kinds of sweet things. What a guy. And the Colonel has just been caught in the chicken race. Unbelievable. If my dad was young nowadays, he'd have a huge YouTube channel. Certainly a lot bigger than mine. For sure. He loves doing the old videos on here, just FYI. Freaking loves it. Shall we have a look at some halftime stats before the next half gets underway? Turnovers conceded is 11-2. The Crusaders have coughed up a fair bit more ball, but they have had 59% of it. So more ball means more chances to cough up ball. Territory is 56-44, so the Blues are still lacking in territory. Despite the kicks, total kicks is 16 by the Crusaders, 22 by the Blues. So the Blues have definitely come at this one with a fairly, kick-orientated strategy. Let's see who's been doing... Oh, Milo's got 50 memberships again. Goodness me. Look at all these people. Owen got one. King got one. Alistair got one. Morgan got one. What a great name. Kieran got one. Another 50. What's that made of? Boom. Look at this. Matt. Fraser. Hamish. Goodness gracious me. Mr. Milo. Hold on. Let me grab a wee drinky. Okay? I'll be back in just a second. So I can give Milo a proper cheers with something actually alcoholic in it. Right, Milo. I'm back, Milo. I'm out of beer, Milo. I've only really just gotten through the bloody Chinese booze. But, I got a bit of this. The old Jameson's. So, have a wee drink. Smells alright. Not too much, Mark. Still got to do a match review after this. Just easy does it. Easy does it. Soto is not a fan of the TAB stuff at halftime. It is very cringe. Who did they have doing it? I missed it. Was it Izzy? Izzy Dag? But, yeah. Cheers, Mr. Milo. Ooh, smooth. Appreciate it, mate. 50. Another 50 it was. That's 100 gifted memberships in one stream. Again, 2 weeks running. Quite incredible. Eli's on the Jamesons as well. Are you having it straight? How do you drink it? I want to see where all the kicks have come from. If those numbers have been updated at halftime. Bodie with 10, Zahn with 7. No, 6. So yeah, that's 16 of the 22 kicks. Oh, it's Izzy with the TAB. Fuck, he's cheesy. He's so cringy. But anyway, he's doing a job. He's making his money. Getting paid to do a job. Can we get to 150 likes? Oh, I'm also having it straight, Eli. There we go. How many are we up to? We got 139 people watching. Milo's just doled out a bunch of memberships. And Max just grabbed his own one. Cheers, Max. I appreciate you. I did try to price the memberships accordingly. I think that is literally the lowest you can make it from memory. Maybe I'm not right. I don't remember, but it's relatively affordable. You want to threaten your whiskey with a little water, no ice. Okay. Mine's just straight, but I do have a glass of water also next to me, so there we go. Why has Hotham chosen to have a bad game? Indeed, I said there's 11 turnovers conceded at halftime by the Crusaders. 4 of those are Hotham. So he's almost responsible. Not quite half, but it's a fair few of them. is it Chivas? Chivas? Milo wouldn't be as generous with $5 memberships. Understandably. Eli's giving it no water. There we go. Soto says, keep doing what you're doing, please, Hotham. I'm in the same camp as Soto on that one. The TAB is a betting company, yes. I believe it stands for Take a Bet, but I could be wrong about that. TAB, Take a Bet? Maybe that's like, what do you call it when an acronym, a backronym, right? Where it gets named after that after the fact? It might be a backronym, I'm not sure. Give us your prediction. Honestly, mate, I would still be predicting a Crusaders win at home. But I would fucking love a Blues win. Have you tried the Jameson Stout edition? I have not. I think this one is pretty much just standard Jamesons, to be honest. Smooth Irish whiskey made the John Jameson way since 1780. There you go. It's named after John Jameson. I had no idea about that. 40% is slightly lower than the shit I was drinking earlier with my dinner with my father-in-law. Daniel and somebody else earlier said thanks for the gift of membership. That was our man Milo. He dropped 50 of them twice, so 100. Billy reckons if the Blues win, you're calling in sick. Do it, man. Take a day off. Total Sato Agency Board? Okay, so take a bet's a backronym. There we go. Don't listen to me. I don't know what TAB means. Can we get to 150 likes? Anybody? 150 likes. Going once, going twice. Everybody drop a like. Boom. Illumi says there's no join button for iPhone users. There's no join button for iPhone users. Can I find a join button? Oh, now this guy wants to be on the live stream. Tony O'Sullivan. Welcome to the 2 Cents Rugby Blues against Crusaders live stream, live chat. How are you, sir?
Fantastic. I'm great. I really am. Actually, I'm not that great. I had a good feeling going into this game.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like this could be it. We could do it. So I think the game's about to start, but I just don't think we're going to win this game.
You got a Star Wars thing going. You got a bad feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about it. I've got a bit of a Han Solo brewing.
Okay.
I've got to be honest. Yeah. What about you? Am I being paranoid?
No. If you pointed a gun to my head and made me pick a winner of this game with my life on the line, I would be picking the Crusaders.
Yeah. I'd pick the Crusaders too. Yeah. But we can do this. Are we just being...
We can. I think we've just...
Well.
We have been burned many a time. So I don't think it's irrational for us to be kind of, slightly pessimistic. But I will not, wave any white flags just yet.
I'm with you, man. And just, by the way, if I say anything derogatory about the Christchurch or the Crusaders in the chat, this is purely just a reflection of this game. I am fully anti-Christchurch. Every comment I'm saying finishes with Christchurch can suck my nuts or suck something. So just please don't take offense to it. It's just how I'm feeling about that region.
There you go. Let nobody say Tony sits on the fence during a Blues Crusaders game.
Indeed. Yes. They're the enemy for the next 20 minutes. Anyway, I'll let you call the game.
All right, okay. See you what.
Shut up. Bye-bye.
That was Tony from Distracted Sports, who you may know from the podcast we do together, 2 Cents Gets Distracted, a rugby podcast. The second half has started. We are on 40 minutes and 15 seconds for anybody looking to link up. If you haven't, I just did what you asked for. Well, I was doing it predictively. What was I going to say? If you haven't liked the stream, if you've just come along, drop us a like, because Milo, our man, has been dropping out free memberships to the channel like crazy. So, Yeah, he's hinted that there might be more coming if we can get to 150 likes. Goodness me. I think Rob Penny needs to rethink wearing that big friggin' puffy jacket. He looks like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Blues by 7 points, Magnum PI. I love your mustache. I need to get Tony on the stream for the final. We'll see. He also has a child he has to mind sometimes. And if I live stream with him, it has to be at his house. It makes it a little bit, I don't want to say complicated. Might be slight of an imposition if he has to put his daughter to bed and whatnot. Sorry, Illumi, I got distracted by a phone call. I couldn't find the join button. Because some guy named Tony called me. Tony on the stream, there goes my funds. He actually, he kept it remarkably clean. Barring talking about Crusaders fans sucking things, or Christchurch sucking things. Ooh, some loose ball. Blues are still in our own half. We could use a big old exit here, Blues. Yeah, Fussy Tour's not coming back on. How's Tony's daughter doing? She's doing good. She was crook last week, but she made a speedy recovery, which is very pleasing. Children tend to do that. Every now and again, every few years, they'll end up in the doctor's office for something, which will have you sweating buckets as a parent, but she did all right, by all accounts. Sullivan has a big boot. I think that's why he's been picked. As soon as I saw the lineup, or the team selection, I knew Vern had a plan to kick the ball. Taylor out on the wide channel has just spilled a ball, so the Blues will get another chance to exit their own half. Have you ever played cricket? Believe it or not, yes. I was a batting all-rounder, but I was good at staying in, but I wasn't that good at getting runs. Which in my high school teams was kind of helpful because everyone else in my team was the rugby guys who just wanted to play cricket in the off-season and just wanted to slog. So, yeah. 8 more likes to 150. Goodness gracious me, that's flying, folks. If you're one of the people who hasn't liked it yet, you could correct that now and we get closer. Gold Blood Rugby wants to see a Blues Brumbies final. I would take that. I went to see my old man yesterday and my mum, who was also there. Funnily enough, they lived together, my mum and my dad. She also wanted the Brumbies to get up and the Blues to get up today. See if the Crusaders can find some handling. If they do, they should be pretty good value because, to be honest, they've coughed up a lot of ball in this game. I was going to play cricket until my mate told me the games were 2 days. Yeah, cricket takes a long-ass time. I'm kind of glad neither of my kids has expressed an interest in playing cricket because at least when my son played rugby or my daughter does dancing, it's not that long. Zahn Sullivan, go man. Finlay Christie, Zahn gets in there with the clean out as well. Choate playing halfback. Let's go, Blues. Oh, Satutu's offload. Surely that went forward. No, the referee says it's gone backwards and now the Crusaders have got the ball. Bauer's chucking it around. Okay, it's going to be a Blues lineup. This is crazy bad, like chucking the ball around. Frankie is still a cricketer, a batting all-rounder. There you go, man. Good man. Yeah, I used to open the batting for a couple of years for my age group at my high school team. And I would usually be one of the last guys in because every other one of my batting partners would inevitably get a 4 or a 6 and then get out. Rayhan is not playing great. Do they pull the trigger on Jock, maybe? Bring on Jock. Stu Wilson was a good cricketer, but he said all the equipment was too expensive. Yeah, cricket, I think, is a bit like ice hockey and some other sports, which has a much higher barrier to entry. Like most of them, I had a bit of cricket gear. I had my own bat, my own gloves, my own box. I didn't have to use the friggin' team box, thank God. Yeah, some of the guys would ask to borrow my gear, but I wouldn't share my box. Last few years, my bowling is a bit better than my batting. Still have a still fit of gear, almost 2 of 3 of everything. There you go. 35 minutes for Signa. Jimmy, you called it just a few minutes ago. You said they should bring him on, and here he is. All right, Blues have got advantage. We're in the Crusaders 22 from a maul. Do not let any cynical ruck play go here, ref. Inor needs to... Was that Inor? No. Another advantage. The old club box. Exactly. Ice time is pricey for hockey too. I never considered that aspect. Charlotte, yes, it is 14-14 after 47 minutes and 48 seconds. It's not a pace thing by any means. It's a game. Hanjo's been watching World Test Final. I haven't watched a game of Test cricket in probably well over a decade. Sad to say. Although I kind of think if I'd started a channel called 2 Cents Cricket, it probably would be bigger than 2 Cents Rugby, because 2 Cents Cricket would have been I'd have a lot of Indian and Pakistani subscribers, I'm sure. There's a big population base there. But I hadn't been following cricket for years, so I would have had to do a lot of research just to catch up. Uncontested lineup for the Blues. Riccatelli's just been pushed into touch, but there's a Crusaders knock on, so it's going to be a Blues scrum. So the chance is not gone. Oh, Blackadder. That's what the knock-ons come from. 2 Cents Baseball. Can I name a baseball player? Derek Jeter. That's the first name that came to my mind. That's how out of touch I am with baseball. How's my heart? So far, so good, Novmum, because I think we're ahead of where I expected to be. Babe Ruth. Okay, that's even older. Milo. That's even older. Thanks for reminding me the game's on, says Thomas. No worries. Name a New Zealand cricketer. Damn, Shane Bond is the first guy that came to my mind. But Kane Williamson? Shane Bond's been a coach for many a year now. So that's an old name to be the first one that comes to my mind. 2 Cents Cricket live stream Test cricket for 5 days. I don't think my wife would appreciate that. Another advantage. Get out that yellow card emoji. Come on, man. Too many penalties in the red zone. Dolman. Oh, Caleb Clark. Wrecking ball. Renata, he's been having a big season. Christie. Bodie changes direction. Wide ball. Back to Clark. Straight into contact. Christie did well to get that ball out. Go, Paddy. Oh, we're getting close, folks. Riccatelli. Is he over? He's been held up. Thanks, Charlotte, for the yellow card emojis, but the ref hasn't seen the need to show one just yet. They are getting a yellow card warning now. Are we up to 150 likes? Anybody? Do the Blues opt for the 3? Which is more or less a given, or do they go for tries? They are not opting for 3s. 149. No! Satunu lost the friggin' thing! The biggest cheer of the night from the Cantabrians. And it's bloody Satutu as well. Why didn't we at least go for a scrum or a line out? Why just the tap? Why allow them to keep their big Crusaders defensive line? Still quite a nice mustache from Marcel Renata. 5 seconds ahead. I'm behind everybody. That's bizarre. Hey Mark, Starleo. As much as it pains me to say up the Blues, that tap was stupid though. Starleo. Sorry about last week, mate, for your boys, but yeah, up the Blues, eh? You're in America, that might be why? Maybe. YouTube usually adds a bit of a delay as well. You can pause me for 5 seconds, and then that'll link you up, if that makes better. Oh, and then the Crusaders have just won a scrum penalty, so it's a free exit. That could be game defining. You go from one end where you got a chance to get yourself in the lead, and then you got an idea in the referee's mind that the other team's got the stronger scrum. Riccatelli's having a word to Dolman about it for all the good that's going to do. Goodness me, there goes another 50 memberships from our man Milo. Look at these go. Raiden. Courageous Dog. Marksman 7,000. All these people have been getting memberships. Richard. David. John Wolf, aka J Wolf. That one I can't pronounce. Connor. Mr. CJ. Alright, there's a line up from the Crusaders, and it's not straight. We're still down the Crusaders' end. James. Springbok replay zone. Look at that. Ben, the Chilean Maori. Look at that. Some of these names I've never heard of. Jeez, the Blues almost just fluffed that as well. But yes, my man, Milo, bro, above and beyond. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, bro. I'm going to wash that down with some water, though. Goodness me. How do I receive a gift of membership? It's just kind of luck of the draw, but you do have to be subscribed to the channel. Waiting for the good karma to help the Crusaders. Oh, they've just ripped a turnover clear. Nanila might be coming back, Aiden. I don't know that they'll call him back for the ABs, but I'm happy that he's back. I feel like that guy's a bit of a wasted... When he was, here 4 years ago, he was wasted by the ABs. I do feel like they kind of did him dirty because they said he was too one-dimensional. What a kick from the Crusaders. Mark Talia got found out there out of position. And Lamapi went and worked on his game. He added a genuine kicking game to his game, and then they still didn't pick him. Look at that kick. Yeah, Mark Talia. Has the last place qualifier ever won Super Rugby? I think the Crusaders have done it back when it was 4 qualifiers. Top 4. Top 4 doesn't seem that bad though, right? But yeah, back when it was top 4, I think the Crusaders have won it from 4th in like the 90s? Early 2000s? Not the mouth guards again. Jordan Lays just had to go off. So Tarval's had to come on. That's a sub for a sub in the props. Rockets just says, appreciate you, Milo. Must have been on the receiving end of a gifted membership. Boom, 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 indeed. Blues have retained their own line-out ball after that peach of a Crusaders kick. Now we just need a nice exit. Talia just did friggin' Christie's job from him by getting the ball out of that ruck. I don't know what Christie was waiting for. It's like the first week of mouth guards got the sensitivity too low or something. Yeah, I remember when they first introduced them, there were all kinds of shenanigans, but I thought it had mostly settled down. But this week it seems to be a little bit, causing problems. Bit of a seatbelt from the Blues tackler, but the referee says it's just on the shoulder, so that's fine. George Bell just goes straight up the guts. The Crusaders have brought on Bell, Gus, but I don't think they'll want to bring on their reserve props. I think they'll want to run Newell and Bauer as long as they can, to be honest. Why is Scott Barrett not captain? He's just doing it for the ABs, not for club. I guess like Michael Hooper was doing that for a while with the Waratahs. Maybe it's too much pressure being the captain for both. Oh, intercept. But there's a penalty anyway. What do the Crusaders do here? Kickable penalty. They've got something to do with the head injuries, though, aren't there? 1,500 players now taken to court. Yeah, exactly right, Charlotte. Exactly right. It's definitely a way of keeping an eye on the concussions that we maybe don't see, the ones that aren't as obvious. But just in this game in particular, there's been a couple of mistaken guys getting called off or a bit of long stoppages for figuring out who's the one on the receiving end of the mouth guard flare-up. But, yeah, they've largely been, I think, pretty beneficial. Same happens with the Khaleesi at the Sharks. Yeah. I think there's been a few guys who've done that, eh? Marcel Renata has had to go off. So Eklund is going to have to come back on. So we're playing 2 hookers. Unless Jordan Lay passes his HI, then we're going to be golden oldies. Which means no pushing at scrum time, in case anybody doesn't know that term. Mario, the Greek Cypriot. How is it going, man? Never been to Cyprus. One of these days, maybe. The Crusaders have just lost at forward, or it's a Blues turnover, one or the other. Signa, says Justin Marshall. Bodie clears, but we're still going to be down our own end. 22-metre line. Do the Blues contest here? I think you have to. You have to. They do. But they can't steal it. That'll do Bell's confidence a bit of good. At line-out time for the Crusaders. Slow ball for the Crusaders, but the Blues have not been penalised for slowing it down. The crowd is actually making some noise. I swear Dalton's slowing everything down, but he's getting away with it. Bauer's having a carry. Segner on him. This is quicker ball. Cullen Grace gets over the advantage line. Oh, but the ball's spilled out and Ricky friggin' Riccatelli's pounced on it. My man. Denied a try earlier when he got held up. Back on the field. Well, no, Eklund's on the field for one of the props. Riccatelli's been on the whole time. Christie has the box kick clear. That's a great kick. Almost on halfway line. Do you think there'll be a day when World Rugby makes scrums caps compulsory on the field, Justin? I don't think so, because by all accounts they don't stop the concussions. They more stop cuts. I think the concussion happens more when your brain is moving around inside your skull than like something hitting you. So whether it hits you on a scrum cap or it hits you on the head, I don't think it makes a difference to your brain. But I am not a doctor. Another couple of knock-ons. How do we play here? Because there's only one Blues prop on the field. Does the ref know? Did he just say still contestable? Oh, he's asking, are we still playing contestable? We can't be, ref, if there's not enough props on the field. The ref's having to ask. Ref's having to ask the question. Did he just say Riccatelli's playing prop? I've never seen that before. He looks confused. I think uncontested would go better. I don't think the Blues would go down a man, would they? Because it's not a foul play thing. Riccatelli. This is going to get messy. Advantage. Straight away. If this is the way we lose, this is stink. Riccatelli looks perplexed. Oh yeah, he had to put his hand on the ground. Riccatelli, the prop. God, let's get that HIA done on lay. Oh, we're so close to Cam to steal that line out, but Signa couldn't quite grab it. Tony, you like the thrill of the sport. Houseplants wouldn't give you that same kind of drama. Oh, the Blues have shut them all down. And there's more handbags. Hello. There's been no scoring in the second half. It's like the third time this game we've had the handbags. So Toots just been pinged for it. That's brain explosion. Oh, yeah. Dumb. 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 But honestly, if that wasn't the NHL playoffs, the ice hockey which I was watching earlier today, they wouldn't have penalised that. They would just let it go. They wouldn't want a shove to be a game-defining moment. Riccatelli's just been pinged again. But they can't take this. Wait, no, that was a maul, not a scrum. What do? Call for a scrum. It was harsh and dumb. Both things can be true. "15 minutes to go. There's been no scoring in this half." Oh, the Blues needed to win it when they had that early period of pressure to start the half. Advantage. They got to get a yellow card or a warning, at least, the Blues. Got to get a warning. Huh? Lay's coming back on. Oh, thank friggin' goodness for that. Just in time. Thank goodness he passed that HIA. The ref didn't give a yellow to the Crusaders after a warning. No. So fingers crossed he gives the Blues the same bit of leeway, Charlotte. Blues ill-disciplined could well lose this one. Yeah, if we can't escape this period of pressure, it'll come back to the Satutu shove, won't it? Never seen Mark so happy to see a prop. That's probably true. Come on, come on, come on. Big scrum. Big scrum, big scrum, big scrum, big scrum. Big scrum. It's a slow call from the ref. He's going to reset that one. Mark does love his big units. I do have a soft spot for some of the big units, indeed. Rugby Illuminati says Crusaders driving straight to ground should be penalised. Jimmy reckons Bauer's angling in before he's even bound. It does look a little bit like that. The Crusaders have got scrum advantage. You can't give a yellow card for the scrum advantage though, right? And now they can't take the scrum again, so they can only tap it or go with the line out. Or take the 3. What do they do here? Wait, is it you can take the scrum again? Was it only from a free kick? It's only from a free kick you can't take the scrum again. Yeah, Frankie, sorry, my brain's getting all muddled with the different rules. Yeah, that's right. Scooter overruled as captain, huh? When the All Blacks captain tells you what to do, I guess you still have to listen. Knock has come on for Christie. The Blues actually contested the line out and are still holding the maul back so far. And there's no penalty conceded holding the maul out. Don't go offside. The way the Crusaders have been playing tonight, they usually knock it on eventually. Barrett has a big carry. Steady. Shalfoon. Is that Blackadder? 5 phases. Well, so far we survived them all. Statutu, just stay back in the line, man. That ball wasn't out. Oh, 9 phases. It's just phase after phase from the Crusaders. Get out of there. Blackadder goes close. Hotham Bauer. He's just short. Oh no, we're going to be carded. We're definitely getting carded here. Maybe not if they score. Maybe even if they score. This goes back to that fucking Satutu shove, man. We could have just exited. We had the friggin' ball. And it's friggin' Will Jordan again. After all those close range phases, it's a friggin' fullback who gets it. I think that's going to be it, folks. A little smile on Rob Penny's face. Lumi reckons he dropped it. Tony reckons he dropped it. Still 9 minutes to go. That clock on the screen's a little bit behind. Rehan has nailed the kick. So it's 21-14. Nine minutes to go. There's certainly still time. The Blues were dead and buried last week, but this feels rough. Down 13 last week. Exactly right, Alaran. Yeah, first point of the second half, says Nisbo. That's a knock on. But the Crusaders have had to make some changes up front, so there might be a little bit of vulnerability here. I don't think the Crusaders' backup props are the same level as their starters. And no, Charlotte, there wasn't a yellow. The Crusaders' scoring, I think, saved the Blues' graces there. Some refs would award the try and give you the yellow. So we're kind of lucky that Dolman's letting it play a bit there. Raven reckons we'll go to overtime. Knob Mum says this sucks. You want a final at Hamilton, don't you? You want to take on the Blues again. Are you going to live stream the Bulls Leinster game? I have been thinking about it, but it's like a 4 o'clock in the morning kickoff. I have to speak to my wife because she sleeps just there. Not if I'm live streaming at 4 in the morning, she dumb. Scrum time. Free kick to the Blues. There we go. Yeah, just tap the friggin' thing. Let's go. Only a free kick. Barrett puts in another big up and under. Talia's chasing it. Reese ends up with it. We haven't said Reese's name for a while. Fihaki. Fihaki looked like immediately injured and then just got straight back up. It's head on head because of the step. Is that going to be a yellow? Will they mitigate it? He was out cold. I think Fihaki needs to go off no matter what because he looked like he was out of it for a second. Justin Marshall doesn't like it. No mitigation for that one. Starleo says, I can't stand the Kiwi commentary whinging. Yeah, Fihaki at least is going off because like he fell down to the ground like he'd been shot and then suddenly realized where he was and got back up and started playing, but it was like, nah, something's very wrong here, but I think that might be game, folks. We're going to have to come back with a man in the bin. The obvious mitigation is the step. Hanjo, I have seen cards mitigated for steps, eh? But usually, I don't know. I guess in recent times it's always been given a yellow. If Satutu goes low, we don't have a problem. If you shoot out like Satutu, you're taking the risk. That's always the argument, eh? Keep the faith, Mark says distracted. Yeah, we could get an intercept. Anything could happen. This is why League is dominating Union. I think you might be able to say this is why the NRL dominates Super Rugby, but I don't think you can say League dominates Union. But I think it's a bunch of factors at play. Kind of balance out yeah, because we probably should have had a yellow card earlier, to be honest. I get the feeling my dad might be going to give Dolman an 11 on the ref ratings, by the way. I think it's going to be lowered now. Because the Blues have been getting pinged. Super Rugby ain't it anymore? Dead competition? Maybe go take a look at how many views each Super Rugby game highlights package gets on YouTube compared to all the other competitions. There is an interest for it. But I think the top 14 is the one that's probably the healthiest in all the leagues at the moment. Super Rugby absolutely isn't dead. This year has been great, says Stalio. Yeah, I think it's been the on-field product's been really good. I think they're starting to get the off-field stuff right. It still doesn't have the, I don't know, the shine that it either used to have or that, like as I said, the top 14 has at the moment, but it all fluctuates. Like, if you look at articles from, I think, a decade ago, there are articles saying, like, this is why the Premiership is the best competition in the world and why, like, the top 14 is struggling. You know what I mean? So, things come and go. There was a time when Super Rugby was probably the best competition in the world, and they expanded too far, and it got a bit diluted, and it's kind of had its fluctuations as well. This competition at the moment's only in its relatively early phase, so I still hope it can get back to being better. The on-field stuff's starting. "17 phases, my Blues, come on." It's a penalty against the Crusaders. We're going to have one last throw of the dice. Fan of both. I've enjoyed rugby this year, but the media around the finals setup and the confusion over the rules aren't going to bring a lot of new fans like League currently is. Might be right. I don't know. I don't follow enough League to really say. I did watch a little bit of League when I was at Tony's house the other day, and the crowds there are amazing. But then it's always such a weird one to compare, like the NRL to Super Rugby, because I don't think there's a natural alignment. Like rugby league's like the NBA, and that the international game's not as big as the club game, whereas Union is not like that. You know what I mean? Union, it's all about the international. That's the top level. So it doesn't mesh in what you can't compare international league with international union. Same with Super Rugby and NRL. They don't mesh well. It doesn't fit. Apples and oranges, something like that. Right, last chance for the Blues. This is what we did last week, folks. We had a minute to go. Signa wins the line out. We're mauling it. Angus Ta'aval's got some kind of pinker underwear on. If the ball doesn't come out of there, it does come out. Thank goodness. Knock. We got advantage. Let's go. Oh, we've just knocked it on, so we're going to use that advantage straight away. Origin is test level, but then even Origin only has like 3 games. So I don't think like it's close, but I don't think it fits. Maybe Origin's maybe like World Cup Semi Finals? I don't know. I don't think there's a natural fit. They're just different. Take the 3. I don't reckon take the 3, no. I think we need the try. And we also need the conversion. Come on, Blues. Big throw. Eklund. Not contested. Maul time. Maul's going backwards. I think we might be off just getting this out. Better off getting it out, folks. Here we go. Knock again. Rico. Everyone's favourite. Knock again. Tupulotu. Doesn't get anywhere. Blackadder gets warned, but he listens to the ref's instructions so doesn't get pinged. Knock goes again. Talia's going to have to play halfback. Bit of a floaty pass. And it's just started raining here in Auckland. Is that ominous? 7 phases. There's bodies all over the place. Eklund with another carry. Jeez, the stress is killing me. Lay gets laid on his ground. On his ground. Ref's not blowing nothing up today. He's letting it go. "12 phases. They are getting over the advantage line now. Bell needs to roll away. Not pinged. Signa just gets driven back. Talia's going to play halfback again. 15 phases. Bodie with the shimmy. Crusaders' defense is so good. And then the Blues at this area of the field, this has been the Blues' weakness the entire season. We've not been that strong at scoring tries. Our try record has been poor. We're a bit isolated. Turned over. No. Sam Knock again. Talia. Oh my goodness, there's bodies all over the place. We're inching closer. It's been 22 friggin' phases. Mark Talia halfback for the 3rd time in this 23 phases set. The crowd's chanting defense. Same as what we did last week. It's literally 83 minutes again. Last week was 83 minutes. This time's at 83 minutes. 26 phases. Oh, come on, Blues. Get over that fucking line. Come on. We're like 2 meters out. Talia again. Where's Knock? Crusaders guy looked like he came up a bit quick up the line there, but oh well. Ref's letting it go. Papali'i can't get forward. Talia again. Where the fuck's Knock? Talia as we pick and go. Barrett tries to step back into the traffic. No, that was not... I don't know what gap he thought he saw. Don't get held up. We've got advantage. After all that. It's friggin' 84 minutes. 36 phases. Surely, with advantage after 37 phases, we can find a gap somewhere. Plummer just got smashed. Bodie's got swamped. What the Oh, they're going to blow it up. Holy mother of... $38 phases. Surely the yellow's over. What do you do here? Tap? Oh, man. Cheers both sides there. 38 phases is a hell of a long time to go with no knock-ons. And the Crusaders to hang on for 38 phases is pretty impressive, but... Oh, yeah, maybe Hoskins failed the HIA. Good point, Jimmy. Oh, tap and go. Start the phase count again. That's 2. Talia, there's a gap. There was a half a gap. He just couldn't get the feet free. Oh, that's it. Was that a Leo Willie? Oh, that's deflating. Yeah. Just, the gap looked like it was just there. And then it just, Talia couldn't get the feet free. There were bodies on the ground and he saw it. He just couldn't go through it. And then Leo Willie managed to jump on that loose ball. Look at it, loose ball. Blues just couldn't grab it. Man. Here's my dad.
Yeah, g'day McMurray. Well, we almost did it, but I think overall the Crusaders deserved it. I think that discipline cost the Blues in the finish, so am I disappointed? Well, somewhat, but, you know, the big comeback they made was good. But their discipline cost them this game, so I think, you know, 52-48 or 53-47 for the Crusaders because they had the charge of the second half. And it was a pretty good last 20 or 30 minutes, you know, a lot of guys getting knocked around. I thought Dolman, well, he's out 12 out of 20, did all right, and the rest of the officials did all right, so...
Still 12?
That's my category score for him. He certainly, the yellow card for Hoskins at 30 was deserved, even though it was an accidental tackle. But, you know, the Crusaders are made to work for the last 5-10 minutes, which was good. Am I glad they won? Well, I think they deserved to in the end. I mean, it was narrow, but it was, you know, somewhat enough for them to get home.
Being very diplomatic.
Well, if the Chiefs do the Brumbies tomorrow night, they're going to go there and they're going to have to win this. Can they? I think they probably will, the Chiefs. If the Brumbies win, they go... Christchurch, well, I don't think they will win. But they got to beat the Chiefs, so we'll see how that game goes. I mean, this game wasn't bad. It had its moments, but it had a lot of muddling, fuddling, in parts of the game. We had our moments of glory for both teams. The big finish by the Blues was good. So I'm not too disappointed. Particularly after they won that last game last week, and this was a bit of a repetition of that towards the finish. They got desperate. But the Crusaders might, manage to hold them out. So I think, not 51-49, probably 52-48 is there to win. They had 16 penalties to 8 for the Blues against the Blues. So that was a big factor in this game. And, the Crusaders are a good team. Will Jordan, he was probably the breakout player, and he's the one I thought would do it. I don't think anyone played really badly. I mean, Oscar made a couple of mistakes, but, that happens. So I don't think anyone... I thought Dalton had quite a good game, and I thought the Blues were a bit shoddy with their reserves tonight, to be honest. Mucking around with the props.
One more.
So I think when Vern kind of looks back at this game, he might have a few regrets about how he handled the bench, but overall, if I was Rob Penny, I'd be pretty happy about winning this game. It was tough. It was close. It was narrow, but it was enough and fair enough that they won. So I think the right team won, and the Blues put up a good fight, and that's all I can ask them to do. And their discipline, well, that's been a bit of an issue all season, and it certainly came to the fore tonight when they were under pressure. And it's normally the Crusaders' discipline in past games that have come back to haunt them, but obviously they kept it under control. Scott Barrett had a good game, so did Patrick Tuapolo too. But that's about all I got to say. The right team won the game. Gazamania, Rogermania out by.
There we go. I think Gaz is being very, very, is diplomatic the right word? Very reasonable. I can't find fault in anything he says there. I do think the Crusaders, they tackled the house down at the end. The Blues didn't have an answer for them. He had 38 chances. Oh, now this guy wants to get in on the action. Tony O'Sullivan.
Are you okay?
I'll be alright, pal. I'll be alright. We knew it was kind of coming, didn't we?
Oh, it's just a feeling of impending doom.
And then it comes. You knew it was coming.
It comes. Yeah, but it's the hope. You think, surely this time.
Maybe this is the time.
But they deserve to win it. They were the better team. They were able to score when we had our brain explosion. We had great opportunities and we just couldn't put it away, and we tried our damnedest. And I think, look, from where the Blues were, this is about as good as we could have hoped for.
Yeah.
Going out in a gallant loss to the champion Crusaders team. I know we're technically still the champions, but they are the overarching champions of the whole damn thing. But it is what it is. Ben Preble just told me to suck his red and black nuts, and I have to say that's fair.
That's fair. I saw that. You guys were having a bit of back and forth the entire stream, and I think that's a fitting end to your conversation between you two.
I wasn't really noticing what he was saying, but I just read that bit at the end. I'm sure he was abusing him. I used the chat function just being in the crowd going, "Ref, that's bullshit." But when I reflect on it, I look at the calls, most of the calls were probably absolutely fine. There were a couple there where I was like, that's 50-50. I think I said that the Hoskins Tutu yellow card was total bullshit, but it's yellow. It's unfortunate. It's not intentional. It's a change of angles, but the way they rule it, it's a yellow card. And his brain explosion, his little shove in the back, I know that's harsh, but that was costly.
Nobody made him do it, right? Nobody made him do that.
It cost us... there's nothing to say they wouldn't have found a way to get back down there and score a try, but that what led to the crucial try. But oh well, it is what it is. I just hate watching the Crusaders win. I fucking hate it.
That's that.
It's just sickening.
Another year, man. Well, at least, like you said, at least we were, like, for a team that just scraped into the knockout stages, we actually did it pretty good justice, right? We didn't, like, just flop and get smashed at all. We gave a good account of ourselves both weeks.
Yeah, since we had that Moana loss, it's been onwards and upwards. And,
Yes.
like, we were lucky to make the six. Like, it would have been a real Cinderella story, well, for us. No one else would consider us a Cinderella story, but it would have been so thrilling to actually win a final for coming from six. But we dared to dream and we got burnt at the balls for it.
There you go. Always next year.
Yeah. Fuck me. Fuck, I hate next year. Oh, anyway, up the wires.
Up the wires. All right, champ.
All right, see you, champ.
All right,
Take
see you.
it easy, pal.
Bye.
See you on Monday.
Yep. The words of a dejected Tony O'Sullivan, another Blues fan having had that loss. Will, man, I see you said thanks for the live, mate. A tough loss, but that's footy. Thank you for that, my bro. Indeed, that's what happens sometimes when you watch sports. Your team loses a close one at the death. But like I said, I think we gave a pretty good account of ourselves. Going down to Christchurch is certainly not easy. Someone's going to have to do that next week. If you're at Christchurch, get along to the final. Because it might be a good game. Especially if it's the Chiefs. I think the organisers would probably rather a Chiefs-Crusaders final. Because that'll probably be a bigger draw. But it'll be good for Aussie rugby, New Zealand rugby relations. For the competition to have an Aussie representative. But we'll see. That next game is on tomorrow. Live stream tomorrow. I will see. I have a family function to go to before the game, but if I can get home and get everything set up in time, I'll see if we can jump on. But yes, thank you guys for all being here. Cheers to Milo for doling out the memberships to everybody. To our man Will, bought me a few beers throughout the night. And our man Frankie as well, he'd be a happy Crusaders fan. And to all you guys for being here. Cheers, Tony from Distracted for jumping along, and to my dad for sending through a few messages. Everyone's being very reasonable for the end of a sports clash between two kind of historic rivals. But, yeah, 184 likes. Not a bad shift. I'm going to go and record a quick match reaction summary vid. Then probably finish a couple sips of whiskey and then think about heading off to bed. But anyway, you guys take care. Cheers for being here. And yeah, I'll see you guys for another one, hopefully tomorrow. All right. See you guys.